The silence over central Israel was shattered today not just by the roar of rockets, but by a sudden, strategic blackout on information that has left the region on edge. In a rapid escalation of a conflict that began only 10 days ago, Hezbollah launched a targeted barrage from Lebanon, piercing deep into the heart of the country and triggering a defensive response that may have missed its mark. While the Israeli military reports only light injuries, the true scale of the impact is being shielded from the public eye by an unprecedented level of military censorship. This isn't just a battle of missiles. It is a battle for the narrative in a war that is quickly spiraling out of control across multiple fronts. To understand the weight of this moment, we have to look at the hours leading up to this strike. This Hezbollah attack followed a massive wave of Iranian missiles that has already claimed lives and left emergency services scrambling. For 10 days, Iran and its allies have maintained a steady barrage against both Israeli territory and U.S. assets in the region, a retaliatory campaign triggered by the initial strikes on February 28th. But while the Iranian missiles are often intercepted in spectacular, visible displays over the desert, the Hezbollah rockets from the north are presenting a much more complicated and secretive challenge for the Israeli defense systems. In the occupied West Bank, the atmosphere is heavy with the weight of what isn't being said. Reports from the ground indicate that the Israeli military censor has imposed a strict blackout on the specifics of the Hezbollah barrage. This is a rare and extreme measure, usually reserved for events where sensitive strategic infrastructure has been compromised. We know that at least one impact occurred in Bet Shemesh, a city southwest of Jerusalem, and notably, no sirens were heard before the explosion. This suggests either a failure in the early warning system or a projectile that bypassed traditional detection, a terrifying prospect for a population that relies on the Iron Dome for a sense of normalcy. While the official channels remain silent, the digital world is telling a different story. Videos have begun surfacing on social media, posted by local residents before the military censors could lock them down. These clips show smoke rising from areas that some analysts believe house critical radar installations. While these reports remain unverified, the sheer speed with which the Israeli military moved to control the footage suggests that whatever was hit is deemed highly sensitive to national security. In Israel, the grip of the military censor is absolute. Even veteran journalists must explicitly state that their material has been cleared for publication, a practice that has become the standard since the very first day of this confrontation. This level of control is a clear signal of how high the stakes have become. When a military chooses to hide the aftermath of an attack, it is often because the truth reveals a vulnerability they cannot afford to let their enemies see. As we watch these events unfold, it becomes clear that we are no longer looking at isolated border skirmishes, but a synchronized regional effort to overwhelm Israel's defenses. The fact that Hezbollah is now successfully reaching into central Israel and potentially hitting radar sites indicates that the shield many thought was impenetrable is being tested to its absolute limit. If you've been following these updates, you know that the situation is moving faster than the headlines can keep up with. To stay ahead of these developments as we verify more information from the ground, make sure you're connected with us here so you don't miss the next deep dive into this evolving crisis. The information war is just as critical as the kinetic one, and seeing through the censorship is the only way to understand where this conflict is headed next. As we look toward the coming days, the question isn't just how Israel will retaliate, but how long they can maintain this domestic information blackout. With Iran's fingerprints all over these operations and Hezbollah demonstrating new levels of precision, the regional map is being redrawn in real time. What started as a strike on Iranian assets 10 days ago has transformed into a multi-front war of attrition that is forcing every major power in the Middle East to pick a side. The silence in Bet Shemesh today might be the loudest warning we've had yet that the most dangerous phase of this war is only just beginning.